as part of the As Good as Gold Women's video series. Thank you for spending the time to speak with me, Genevieve. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too, Carmel. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, let's start with a lot of our female clients have been talking to me about their attitudes, beliefs and understanding around money and investing starts at an early age. For you, in the early 80s when you were a young girl, your father bought some silver. And showed you as young girls.
Yes.
What's a silver bar?
Yeah, my sister and I. So I believe the silver was purchased even before we came on the scene. Or maybe no, we were very young. And I mean, they had invested in some land, like up in the Blue Mountains. And so they, and Dad in particular. So my mum does say that she was not particularly involved as she was of a person of her time, a woman of her time. And so, yes, he did hear some chat somewhere along the way, whether it be newspapers or at work or something, about silver becoming an important metal. It's going to be used in industry. It's got a lot going on. Get on board. And I think if anyone wants to, you can see a graph of about the late 70s, yes. 80s. There's a very particular spike there. And there was a group of brothers. My mum says, there were some brothers and something, the Hunt brothers. There was a lot of interest in silver at that time. And so over time, they did purchase 1 kilo bars. At first it was stored in a safe deposit box, and I do have some recollection. I think it was probably when they took it out of the bank, but it was quite dramatic to go into a bank in the vault and have many keys to go through. And then it was stored at home, and occasionally we would be able to look at it. There was some jewellery from my grandmother, and it was hidden. Completely hidden, and we were aware of it, and maybe we might see it every 3 years or 5.
So what, did you actually hold the bar of silver?
Look, now seeing a kilo bar now, they do look a lot smaller, but yes. I'm a lot bigger, so
yes.
They're still very heavy. Yeah, I do have a recollection, it was wrapped up probably in a rag or something like that, because it had to be hidden in a trunk in the back of in the garage or something like that. So I knew it was valuable. I knew, it was stamped, and it's quite a visual. It's quite a visual thing that does stay with you.
Yes, absolutely. What about the psychological and emotional side of understanding what your father was doing? Do you think that that taught you the value of money, value of investing when you were a young girl?
Probably not just that alone. Mm-hmm. And I think, so I do remember, I have a memory of having some pocket money, remember the old green $2 notes and that
right.
sort of having some savings in a drawer, and I would count the money. And so obviously there's been an interest from an early age. We were able, I don't know if many children are able just to pop down to the corner shop and buy lollies or whatever it is. And so we made choices with the money that we were given as pocket money or for doing chores and the like. And so that's what I do with my children now. I think...
So you have 2 children?
2 children.
Yeah.
I have a 9-year-old daughter and a 5.5-year-old son. Mm-hmm. And my daughter, we also, we work at a farmer's market a couple of times a month, and my daughter is now sort of involved with that. And she is paid more than just pocket money for really working. She has to get up very early, and she has to carry boxes, and she has to do work.
What a work ethic at a young age.
Oh, well, you've got to start.
Like her mother?
Yes.
Because you're a business owner as well,
yes.
and a food technologist.
My husband is a food technologist, and we have worked in the industry now for over 25 years or something crazy now. And we started our own business about 20 years ago, so it's a long journey. It's not easy, but and it takes a lot of energy, and it's hard to separate life from work sometimes.
Well, then there's the responsibility of having an income, and
yes.
your financial future rests squarely on your shoulders, of course.
Yep, you have only yourself to answer to and to blame for failures and that sort of thing. But you learn. We just try. Not everything's going to be a success, and so we've tried our own product. We looked at export and that sort of thing, but that didn't work out. It did cost money, but we've also learned a lot from that experience. And as part of that was a complete contraction of income and cash flow and that sort of thing, which we had to deal with.
It's stressful.
It really is, and then you look very closely at every dollar, and we cut off things that weren't necessary, and you pare down, you focus, and you budget. You look week to week, month to month, and eventually you hopefully can come out of that.
It's about having more control and understanding choices, would you say?
Yes, absolutely. Running our own business, we have ultimate control over our own destiny, for better or for worse. But we can choose, we get a lot of choice.
Yes.
And that is empowering and ultimately satisfying.
And something that, just going back to your daughter,
Yes.
something that you're also showing your daughter,
Yes.
and you've also bought something,
Yes.
it's something sparkly here on the
Yeah, there
table
is
that I'm
something
really
sparkly.
curious.
So
So what
the-
is this?
So the children, they receive money from grandparents as well as gifts, and
Yes.
that's like, but there's a
Yes.
lot of money that comes from grandparents and from overseas family, and my daughter with actually working with us too. So she has some cash that she has saved up, and I said, well, we're doing some silver now, and so with the coins, I think she might have bought them for about 25, and I charge her. I check the As Good as Gold website, and I give her the spot rate.
So this is your 9-year-old
Yes,
daughter
she
who's
pays
now
spot.
buying a spot price for a silver coin,
silver coins,
and
yes.
a few of them.
Yes, she's now decided that she would purchase 2. I give her the choice. It's like, and she knows she's made $2 on these each. So, and my son, we hold them and store them for them at home, but they're personalised, as you can see. So Louis has a pirate hat, and my daughter has these fancy sticky tapes. So they're owned, and you might notice, like, they're grubby. They handle them. They look at them. They say, "Can we look at the coins?"
Wow.
Of course you can.
Right.
So, it's something tangible.
And your son mentioned previously, you were saying that he looks at that as treasure.
Well, yes, he's very much into pirates and treasures and maps and the like. So this is the ultimate treasure. So
The ultimate treasure.
This is it.
That makes a lot of sense. I
Yes.
think that's a really good point. Wonderful. Well, thank you for bringing
Of
that
course,
in and talking
pleasure.
about really the mindset that you're also helping your children with. It was just a delight. Thanks so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.